Hey y'all, so it's been a while and I'm so sorry I haven't uploaded. I hit 100 subscribers and I'm so excited and I'm so happy, and I actually have a poster out there for a video where I try to celebrate 100 subscribers. My mama and we did a 24 and 48 hour readathon. I tried my best. You will see in the video that I had a really hard time. My health, and both physically and mentally, I've not been okay. I'm just gonna be like completely upfront about that. And I just kind of thought that we would do a chit-chatty video because I just kind of like sitting down, and if you hear a vacuum cleaner, my mom is vacuuming our floors. So I have a lot to talk about. This might be super long. I just wanted to talk to y'all, and I love these sit down videos where, I mean, they've got there's nothing fancy, there's no makeup, which I generally don't wear makeup in my videos anyways, but like there's no real like plan behind it, you know. I kind of just sit down and I just talk, and it's actually a really good form of therapy. So yeah, even if you don't want to like upload it to YouTube or wherever, just if you guys ever like feel like you need to talk and you don't have anybody to talk to, just film a video. If you don't ever want to share it with anybody, don't, but it is so helpful. I'm serious. There's so many videos on my phone where I've just filmed and talked, and I've never uploaded it, never showed it to anybody. I just talk, and it really does help. But I'm just in some pajamas. I've got some shorts on and this Darth Vader shirt because I'm a nerd, and you know, that's me. Let's talk. First of all, I guess I could talk to y'all about how I'm feeling. I'm not feeling good. I'm very nauseous right now. Actually, I'm so nauseous that I keep getting these hot flashes, where I kind of feel like I'm getting like an electric shock, and those are actually little forms of panic attacks, which is fitting because I'm very panicky. I haven't been feeling good. I've not been okay. So yeah, I always have had this problem. I didn't know they were forms of panic attacks though until I talked to a doctor about it, because I told them, I said, yeah, I have these shock feelings where I feel like I stick my finger in an electric socket and just like it's like that, really quick. It's really annoying, and it kind of feels funny. It makes my ears buzz and ring a little bit, makes my skin feel funny, and it makes me feel out of breath like it's doing it now. It's basically a form of a panic attack, and it's my body reacting to what my brain is doing right now. So yeah, and it actually, I already am nauseous all the time. When I tell you guys that I have never had a day, probably since I was 15, where I have not ever had any form of nausea, I'm serious. I don't remember what it's like to not be nauseous. I don't remember what it's like to not have a stomach ache. I don't remember. It's just something I deal with. It's not something that I'm sitting here like, oh, poor me. Like, it's just really true. Sometimes, though, even though I deal with the nausea and the pain every day, obviously some days it's just worse than others, and some days it's intolerable, and today is one of those days. It's intolerable. I am absolutely just so sick to my stomach. I keep having these like hot flashes where I'm just sweating, and then I get really cold and I'll have a cold sweat, and then I'll dry heave and I'll dry heave and I'll dry heave. I don't get to throw up because I've had esophagus surgery, and I have thrown up before, but it doesn't happen often, and it's really unfortunate because I would love to throw up. And I know that's probably weird. Like, I know a lot of people would probably actually not want to throw up in their life again if they could have that choice, but when you need to throw up and you can't throw up, that's actually really painful, and it makes the nausea just last even longer than what it normally would. So yeah, sometimes, like I said, I have thrown up before, but not a lot, like acid or bile or something. Like, I know it's probably like so weird to talk about this, but I talk about this shit on my channel. I don't know what's up with my anxiety. I don't know if I've told y'all this, but I'm having surgery on Thursday, like an actual surgery. My OBGYN is concerned about some things in my female reproductive system. Okay, My dog needs out of my bedroom. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, my female reproductive system is not healthy. I've been told probably since I was about 12 that I have had every single OBGYN primary care physician tell me that they're almost positive that I have endometriosis, and my mama had endometriosis. It runs in the family. A lot of women in my family have it. We kind of expected that I'd have it. I don't think we expected it to affect me so badly at a young age, and we're finally able to get somebody who's willing to help me, who's willing to actually go in and scrape some of it out, however much is in there. Because before I'd talk to OBGYNs and they would tell me, well, we will wait until you want to get pregnant, until we go in and, see about getting the endometriosis out. And, that's all fine and well. But the thing is, I'm 20 years old. I do not intend on getting pregnant for a long time. I don't know when I'll get pregnant. I mean, a lot. I also 3 years ago would have never thought that I'd be in Texas either, living here in Texas. A lot can happen in just a short amount of time. Seriously, 3 years ago, that wasn't that long ago. 3 years ago told me that I'd be living in Texas, I would have told you that you were fucking crazy. So, I mean, shit happens, I mean, not shit, but things happen in life and you don't expect it. And so I'm not saying that it's impossible that I'd want to have a baby in 3 years, but I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna want to have a baby in 3 years. I want to have kids one day. I've always wanted kind of a big family, 3 to 5 kids. I've always wanted that. I've always wanted my kids to have a ton of siblings because my mom wanted 3, but after my brother, her endometriosis actually was getting bad and it was killing her. Her uterus was literally mush, and she was getting ovarian cancer. So they had to take everything out. She would have gotten ovarian cancer probably within months if she would have kept her female organs. So when she was 29 years old, she had a complete hysterectomy, which if you take a woman's female organs out, her hormones are gone. Everything that makes her a woman is basically gone. The only thing that you have left is your breasts and your vagina, basically. Seriously, that's the only thing left that makes you a woman. You know what I mean? It is castrating a woman. That's what it is. She had to have that when she was 29 years old. She is afraid that that's going to happen to me. So we found an OBGYN who was willing to operate on me and not wait until I wanted to be pregnant, because I basically, my point with the OBGYN when I met her, I said, yeah, I could wait till I'm pregnant, that's fine. I said, but this is bad now, and it's causing me pain now, and if I can go in and get it scraped out, and it can relieve some of that pain that I have on top of the Crohn's pain, on top of other issues that I have, if I can get some relief, I would really love to get that now. And I also am afraid that if I wait until I'm ready to have a baby, which could be, 10 years even. Let's say I waited till I was in my 30s. That's 10 years away. It could be a hell of a lot worse in 10 years, all the problems that I have in my female productive tract. It could be way worse than what it is now. So I told her, I said I'd like to get it done. I said I don't want to wait years down the road and have to deal with all that, you know what I mean? And so she was willing to do it. She is doing it on Thursday. So tomorrow I prep. I basically cannot eat solid food after 6 o'clock in the evening. I can only drink liquids, and then at midnight I can't have anything, which is, that's basically, that's about right, because I've had surgeries before, I've had procedures before, and that's generally what happens. And so, yeah. So what they're going to do is go through laparoscopically through my stomach. I think they're going to cut open on the sides of my stomach. I think she said in the center. I'm thinking she said she was going to go another place on my stomach. Yeah, and she was gonna also just do some other stuff that I'm not gonna get too much into detail on, because like I know that like there's some things I'm definitely open to talking about on here. Other things, like, the details can be a bit much. I get that. So we're gonna do that. She's gonna look for endometriosis. She's going to kind of check out my Crohn's too. She said with Crohn's disease it's tricky. She's a little afraid about my Crohn's because tests don't pick up the things that happen to Crohn's patients. She said that literally she could cut me open and see that my organs are cemented together from the Crohn's disease. She said that's happened before to her several times with Crohn's patients. So she said that could happen. She said that she could go in and that I could have a really damaged tissue from the Crohn's. Even if I'm in remission, the tissue will be damaged because there used to be big ulcers there that bled a lot, so damaged tissue could be a problem. She listed a lot. She also said that Crohn's disease forms abnormal holes where holes shouldn't be in my anatomy. So she said, for example, there could be a hole like from my uterus to my colon. There could be a hole in between there and causing me problems. She said she's going to look for that. She said that she could open me up and see that there's a big inflammation full of Crohn's. And she's basically just giving me all the worst case scenarios, I think, or not even worst case scenarios, just risk that happen during these surgeries and stuff that she's witnessed before with Crohn's patients. She said she's definitely assuming she's going to see some scar tissue just because I've had Crohn's in my colon, small intestine, I've had some in my large intestine, other places. Like basically it's been all over my GI tract. Like it's really all in there. I am supposedly in remission now, but she said that could, like I said, these tests don't see everything. It took these doctors a year to find my Crohn's. They knew I had Crohn's. They couldn't find where it was. And I have the rarest form of Crohn's disease, which is in my small intestine. That's where it's primarily located. It has spread to other places like my colon and my large intestine and other places in my body. It's spread, but it formed in the small intestine. And in order to find that, you have to do pretty tedious testing to find that. And they found it. So it hides well, especially in my body. And on CT scans, it doesn't show up. These tests don't always show what's going on in your body. And I am a true, I can attest to that. Like I really, really can, because it's happened so many times where they've done a test on me and they're like, oh, you're good. And then I'm not, but I'm not good. And they do this procedure and they find out that I have all of these things and they're like, but this didn't show up on your CT and this didn't show up on your scope. And they're like, where is all this stuff? Like, how is it hiding from us so well? And I have a kind of a mysterious body is what I've been told. Does little weird shit. So yeah. She's gonna look for that. Just Crohn's stuff. She's also going to very possibly take out my appendix. That is more than likely happening. And it is because every time I go to the emergency room for my Crohn's disease, my Crohn's is on my right side. It's on my right side where my appendix is, and that is very common for Crohn's patients to have pain in that area. I, in the past year, have probably gotten 20 to 30 CT scans. That is so dangerous. The radiation that is in those CT scans, per CT scan, all of my doctors are incredibly concerned that I'm going to have cancer because I have had so much radiation from all of these CTs, x-rays, all of it. I've had so many, and the majority of them are to check to see if my appendix is rupturing. And I tell them every time it's not rupturing. It's not. I know my body. It's not rupturing. It's really not. But they have to make sure. They have to make sure, because if it does happen to rupture, they could get sued for not testing me. And then also, whenever I get stomach viruses, the stomach virus always attacks the appendix. The appendix is always inflamed. So my appendix has showed inflammation several times, but it's not ever actually ruptured. You know what I mean? Like, they can't take it out. They can't go in there and just get it. But since they're in there, a general surgeon is going to come in For the most part, we know this is happening unless there's a complication, or unless the surgeon sees my abdominal area and he's like, yeah, we can't do this, then I'm getting it out. I'm getting it out unless he looks in there and sees that it's so bad that like something's so bad that he basically can't. But my doctors want it out. Every doctor I've talked to, they want it out. They've said, when you get the opportunity, if you ever have a surgery like this, get it out. They were just like, tell them to take it out. So we told my doctor today actually, that we wanted the appendix out. So it's gonna happen. We're getting it out for what we know. Like, I'll let y'all know about it. I'm gonna vlog tomorrow and Thursday, and I'll let y'all know what we do. I'll let y'all know how it works out. There's some other stuff that she's doing. There's this pelvic floor method that she's gonna do for me. I told y'all in one of my vlogs that I had to do a vaginal ultrasound. It's abnormal that I'm in so much pain when I have these. I cry. I'm in so much pain. And the thing is, what my doctors told me basically is that I can't wear tampons. I can't get a transvaginal ultrasound. She can't even give me an exam. She can't give me like basically where she takes her fingers and she examines me. She can't do a basic exam like that because I almost jump off the table. She said that that's not normal. She said that's not okay. And she said that I'm not going to want to have sex. And that when I do become sexually active, and then when I find someone that I want to have sex with, and it comes to that time, I'm not going to be able to do it. And she said, it's not that you're not going to want to be able to do it. She said, but I'm physically not going to be able to do it because it's going to be too much pain. And even if I do say, just do it, it's going to be too much. And she said that she's kind of worried it's going to basically traumatize me because it's going to be so painful that it's going to make me not ever want to do it again. She doesn't want that for me. She doesn't want my first sexual experience to be bad. She doesn't want it to be traumatizing. She doesn't want it to be, she doesn't want it to be that. So she's going to try to help me with that. She's going to try to see what's wrong there. She said, because she told me it's more than just I'm narrow. There's more to it than that. It's not just that I'm narrow. I am narrow, but there's more to it than that. She's worried I have really bad inflammation, and she's going to take some cultures and see why I'm so inflamed, but it's not normal. Because I've always wondered why it hurts so much. I've always wondered why I can't use tampons, why I can't do that. Like, I just was never understood why I couldn't do these things and why it was so painful. And I know that you guys, I know that this is a lot of detail. I get that, but I've also, when I talk about this, I have women come on here, either they message me privately, more than likely they message me privately, telling me that they don't feel so alone and that they didn't realize that it was even a problem, so they're going to their doctor now. And I talk about this because, first of all, I have women who don't feel so alone when I talk about it. And also I have women who didn't even realize it was a problem, and then they realize it's a problem, and then they go to the doctor. I talk about this stuff, and I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot of information. I know that it's detailed, and I don't want you guys to think that I just basically pour every single intricate detail of my life out onto the internet, because I really don't do that. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, if I find that it's helping somebody, I'm going to continue to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's just how it's gonna be. And if you're uncomfortable with it, I've told people they don't have to watch me. If you're really uncomfortable with it, you can turn off the video. Nobody's forcing you to watch me. If you're really uncomfortable, you really don't have to. That's basically with the pelvic floor thing that they're gonna do. She called it something else. She's gonna do that. She's gonna look at my ovaries, fallopian tubes. She's concerned about my uterus. It's tilted, which is a common sign for endometriosis. That's just a symptom. I didn't think it was anything. I thought having a tilted uterus was fine. I didn't think it was meant anything, but she told me something different. She's gonna go in, make sure it's not heart-shaped or anything weird like that. She just wants to make sure it's okay. I guess she's also gonna do a hysteroscopy. Not a hysterectomy, but a hysteroscopy. Just looking at my uterus and everything, making sure everything's okay. She's gonna look for signs of infertility. all of that. I'm gonna find out a lot from this surgery, basically. She's doing a lot. There is a lot that I'm not even covering. There's things that she's gonna do for me that I seriously can't even remember. She listed it all this morning. I literally can't remember all of it. It was so much. I'm trying to remember the big major things. She also told me not to be disappointed, because if she goes in, and let's say I only have like a speck of endometriosis and she scrapes it off, she said that there is absolutely no correlation to how much pain a woman is in and how much endometriosis she has. She said that she has had women who she goes in to like tie their fallopian tubes, and she goes in and she sees it's just drenched with endometriosis. Her whole reproductive system is just, it's nothing but endometriosis. And then she's like, did you not feel that? Did you not feel any symptoms? And the woman could sometimes be like, yeah, no, I haven't had any pain, nothing. Then there's some women who come in there, they're crying in the office. They're saying, I can't take this pain. It's the worst pain I've ever had in my life. She goes in there to see what's going on, and there's literally, she said, it'll be like a speck of endometriosis. She scrapes it off, and they feel a million times better. She said there is absolutely no correlation between how much endometriosis there is and like the pain it causes. So if that makes any sense to what I just explained to you. So she told me that if I come out of the surgery on Thursday and she says, oh, hey, like you're, if she says something along the lines of like, you had like a speck of endometriosis, but I got it. She was like, don't be disappointed by that, because that just means that, you know, women are different, bodies react differently. So yeah, because of that, I don't think people get that. When you're sick and when you're in pain, and the thing is, it's a weird feeling. When you have these procedures, when you have surgeries, when you go into it, you are in pain, and there's a part of you who's so scared they're going to find something really wrong and that it's going to be life-threatening or life-changing, or it's just so scary. And then there's this other part of you who's also terrified that they're not going to find anything and that everything's going to be just fine. And then you feel crazy because you're like, where is this pain coming from? It's in my head, obviously. Like, I'm crazy. That's what it feels like. I've had it my whole life. Like, I mean, I've had these problems since I was born. And like, it's just, I get what that is. I've been upset when I've had a test done and they didn't find anything. I've cried about it. I've been like, why won't they find anything? And it's not that I want them to find something dreadfully awful, but I want them to find something, so that way they can find it and they can help me. You know what I mean? Like, you do want them to find something. You want them to find something. And I remember when I got Crohn's disease, I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried, because even though I was relieved that we found out why I was having pain, I was also devastated that I had this, that I was going to have to deal with this for the rest of my life. There's no cure. There's none of that. I'm going to have to deal with this forever. But I was also relieved that I found out what the hell was wrong with me. So it's a weird feeling with stuff like this. I'm scared on Thursday. I'm scared of two things. I'm terrified she's going to go in there. I'm terrified she's going to tell me there's all these things wrong with me, and that this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong, and we're going to have to do this and that and this and that. But on the other hand, I'm also absolutely afraid that she's going to go in there and say that you look perfect. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you, you know, like reproductive-wise or Crohn's-wise. Like, there's nothing. That's also something I'm scared that she's going to say to me. I don't think she'll say that. All the other tests that I've had prove that she will not say that my anatomy is the picture-perfect health. But it's still a fear. But I'm also scared she's going to say something along the lines of, what if I can't have babies? Something that I've wanted since I was a little girl. I've always wanted to be a mother. I've always wanted to be a mama. And if I get that news, it's going to kill me. It will break me to hear that news. I'm also afraid that I'm going to open up this, like, kind of like this can of worms and just get all of this other bad news, you know? Like, it's really weird feeling. And that's why this messes with my head so much. Why my anxiety gets so bad around this time. You feel guilty for wanting something to be wrong, but you also don't want something to be wrong because you're so scared. It's a weird, weird feeling. I'm also scared because there's risk. I'm a Crohn's patient. I bleed. I bleed a lot. I have ulcers, that open sores that bleed. If they cut open and they see all this blood, there's that risk that I could have a lot of blood loss. There's all kinds of risk involved in this. There's a risk that if she even touches my ovary once, it could cause me to become infertile just because she touched it. Because everybody is different. Wouldn't be her fault. But sometimes when they get messed with, and it might not even be a problem from the surgery. It might just be that the surgery discovered it, you know? I'm very scared. I'm very nervous. I'm also excited. I'm also hopeful. A lot of feelings. And I'm also nervous because it's another surgery. It's more pain. It's more scars. I already have some. I'll show you guys some of my scars real quick. So I have scars here. You guys probably can't see it very well. That there is a scar. I have a scar here. Those are my stretch marks from the steroids for the Crohn's disease, which are scars within themselves. But I have another one over here. I have scars over here, like right here. I have a scar, and I have a scar right here. So those are some scars from surgery. I also have scars here. These are hip surgery scars. So scar. Don't know if y'all can see it. And then that's a scar as well. More stretch marks and all that beautiful stuff. You know, just other scars from surgeries. And I'm going to get some new ones. So there's that. The fact that I'm going to get even more battle wounds for this health journey that I'm on. More than likely, these are just the beginning of the battle wounds that I will have to experience in my lifetime. There's that. There's the insecurity that comes with it, because every time I get a surgery, I have to look at the scars. I have to look at it and know that people ask questions when I wear a bathing suit. What are those? And it's nothing that I get upset about by any means, but I'm aware of them. I do get questions about them. If I wear a bathing suit, they see the scars on my leg where my hip surgery was. If I wear, you know, a bikini, they see my stomach, they see the incisions, they ask. It's curiosity. It's completely normal. I've never been offended or upset about it, just an FYI, ever. And then there's just all of that to worry about, and there's the pain that I'm going to be going through. Now, my doctors don't think that this pain is going to be anything for me. Crohn's disease is so fucking painful that I had a right hip surgery. The Crohn's was so bad, I hardly even thought that I had hip surgery. I had a Crohn's flare-up while I was recovering early on after my hip operation. Like the first 3 weeks after I had my hip operated on, I was having a severe Crohn's flare-up. And the Crohn's is so bad that I didn't have any of the hip pain that I thought I would have. I was like, this is weird. It feels fine. I figured I'd be in more pain than this, and I'm actually okay. And then we get to the hospital, we go to the emergency room, and they say, oh, you have a Crohn's flare-up. They get that more under control, and then all of a sudden I can feel it. I can feel where my hip's been operated on. I can feel the pain. And it's like, oh my God, I feel it now. And it's so, but I mean, I've had a hip operation. That's awful. Like, hip operations hurt. Like, once I could actually feel the damn operation after I got my Crohn's under control, it's a bitch. It hurts. My hip still hurts now. Like, it's hurting right now as we speak. And my other one hurts too, because this one is damaged as well. I got to get that one operated on. And this one, we're worried got reversed because car accident. Some guy hit my ass. It's not been the same ever since. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. You know, pain I'm obviously worried about. Pain is pain. I've been through it. You deal with it. It's temporary, or at least the surgery pain is temporary. The other pain that I have, not so much. Surgical pain that I'm going to feel, like the incisions, is a temporary pain. I can deal with it. I'll be fine. But all of it's a little nerve-wracking. Going under is always a little scary. My mom went under when I was 6 years old. Her spleen and appendix ruptured. They had to go get it out, and we didn't know if she'd wake up. So that's always in my head. I think about my mom. I think about her surgery. I worry about that. I worry about a lot of things. It's always worrisome when you have surgery. It's always scary. There's always going to be a kind of you're going to have anxiety about it. Like, at least if most people I know have anxiety about having surgery. So, yeah, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to talk to y'all about it. I'm going to show y'all, like, I'm going to vlog my recovery process, because I know for about 3-4 days I'm going to be down. I'm going to be sick. Not sick, but just recovering, like very sleepy, very groggy, a lot of pain from the incisions probably. I mean, it's a female surgery, so I mean, it's not like they're only doing stuff like on my stomach. They're going to go explore in some other regions. Like, I won't get into detail with that, but yeah, we're doing a lot. I'll keep y'all updated with it. I wanted to just do like a update video. I wanted to tell y'all what was happening. I wanted to tell you why I sucked in the readathon. It was because I was thinking about all of this, basically. It was because I didn't feel good. I mean, I feel like I just give excuses sometimes with y'all, but it's really not excuses. It's just what it is, you know? I also have a lot of schoolwork to do. I'm reading a trilogy right now. It's a C.S. Lewis trilogy. It is this trilogy right here. So I gotta read those. I gotta do school stuff during all of this. I also have to finish my driving school for that damn ticket that I got. I have a lot of stuff going on, like, as well, you know, just a lot of that, just all the other added pressures of just life. And then I also I'm going to a Taylor Swift concert a week from Saturday. So that's like a week later after my surgery, like a week and a half. And I'm going to a Taylor Swift concert. I'm so excited about it, but I'm also so scared because I'm so freaking worried I'm going to be in so much pain. I'm stressed about school. I have this stuff is due. The stuff for these books are due the 7th, October 7th. The Taylor Swift concert is October 6th. So I'm going to have to, like, do all the stuff before I go to the concert. I'm gonna have all day Sunday to do it, so it's not like I couldn't come home and, like, just cram Sunday, but I've never been good at that. I've never done last minute stuff. I've always been, like, I'm always prepping. I'm always, like, the one that studies, like, the first day of school and studies every single day until we have the final exam. Like, I'm that person. But I'm stressed. I'm worried. I'm thinking about a lot. I can't focus on reading. I can't focus on reading for pleasure because I feel guilty, because I feel like I should be reading this stuff, or I feel like I should be studying, or, you know, I'm having a hard time finding a balance between balancing school and then reading personal. So I'm so sorry there's been such a lack of reading. I know I went from reading, like, so much to not reading at all. It's bothered me, believe me. It's bothered me. I'm worried I'm not going to meet my reading goal. I probably won't. I probably need to lower it. But I know I'm going to be fine. I know I'm going to get all of this stuff done. Everything always ends up fine. So it's going to be good. I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous. Even though I know things are going to be fine, the part of my brain, the lizard part, as Finding Audrey says by Sophie Kinsella, the lizard part doesn't listen to me. My body doesn't listen to me, Lindsay. My body listens to the lizard part of my brain who says, freak the fuck out over everything and anything, and even the stupid things. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Do all of that because it listens to that annoying part of my head that says to freak out. That's what all of my body listens to. It does not listen to me, Lindsay. It's the most annoying fucking thing in the world. It's so annoying, but I'm gonna be fine. So yeah. That's all, though, for this video. I wanted to talk about more than just my health, but I mean, this is 40 minutes, so I obviously need to, like, make a separate video of the other things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about some YouTube stuff that's going around, just on YouTube. And there was some other things also that I was going to talk about, so yeah. But that's it for this video. That's it for this update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry that it's always medical, but like I said, I say this in all the videos. I don't know why I feel like I have to justify it or explain myself, but I started this channel as a health diary, as a journey, like just to go back and look at the health journey that I've gone on, and this is part of that. This is a big part of that, actually. So I want to I want to record this. I want to make sure it's known. I want to be able to go back on it in the future and see it and just say, you got through that too, you know. So, and I'm going to vlog all of this. I'm going to vlog I'm going to vlog like tomorrow before the surgery. I'm going to vlog the day of. I'm going to vlog the days after, how I'm doing. Y'all are going to get to see that experience. So kind of like a little series, but a weird one. But that is all. If y'all want to hear more about it and know what happens, you can subscribe if you want to. If you have any questions, you can ask me. If you have any stories, you can tell it. If you want to like the video, you can, obviously. And I will just update y'all in my next video. Bye.